Welcome to the George Brendler Field for this JV game between Beekmantown and Chazy for girls high school action here. It is a beautiful day, but what a difference a day makes in September in the North Country. It was 80 degrees yesterday. Now we're in the upper 50s with a nice north wind blowing. I'm Joey Trombley. I'll be calling the action. On the camera is the founding father of hometown cable himself, Calvin Castine. And the girls are having a decent year, Calvin. They've come out pretty strong. They beat PHS last Saturday actually 3-0.
Which girls? That Beekmantown or Chazy?
The Chazy girls.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Chazy girls. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Now they did play Beekmantown earlier this year, and quickly Beekmantown scores 47 seconds into the game, and I'm trying to get her number there, Calvin. Number 12, is it? No. 13. So it was Beth Simpson with the goal. So Beth Simpson with the goal, and the first game was the first scrimmage actually that Chazy played Beekmantown. Beekmantown had a very good day that day. I think they won something like 9-1.
Wow.
But since that time, the Chazy girls have done well. Like I said, they beat Plattsburgh High School last week. And under Corey Thompson's leadership at the JV level, had never beaten PHS, so he was quite pleased about that. And of course, Corey's not here today. He's got the modified coach, Morgan Rusi, down below coaching the girls today. And Corey, he's into a lot of things, and he's an EMT up in Champlain, and they have their annual golf tournament, and he runs it. So he had 2 conflicts at one time, but he has a very capable person in Morgan Rusi taking over for today.
And Beekmantown is a coach too.
They do. Their coach is Mike Bennett. He's the JV coach here for the girls, the Beekmantown girls, and so right now for the Eagles, it is Taylor Lauren. She's battling the ball with number 3 Liz King, and King wins that battle.
They're both Eagles. So.
And they're both, and Calvin, I will say today the Eagles will win.
Or maybe a tie.
Maybe.
So there.
Maybe. But it will be an Eagle. It'll be an Eagle victory or an Eagle tie. I guess we can agree on that. And so it's number 5 is Lily Hayes here for Chazy.
I trying to predict the Eagles would lose. So you're half full, I'm half empty.
Yeah, well, we always see it that way, Calvin. And we need Mr. Neutral himself, the fish puss on up here.
Yeah, he's neutral.
Oh, he's very neutral.
When it comes to Chazy, he's really neutral.
You have no idea where he stands in soccer or on issues. Joe's pretty quiet. He doesn't say much.
I was listening to the game you and he did with NAC and Chazy, and you mentioned the NAC players about 3 or 4 times. So that was.
Did he go that much?
No, both of you, between the 2 of you.
Well, Calvin, that was kind of You saw the game, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
You were here for that game.
Yeah.
Yes.
NAC
and
kicked the ball once in a while.
Well, you have to admit, Chazy did dominate that game.
Oh yeah.
So yes, you want to announce the other players' names if they touch the ball. But speaking of the Chazy boys last night went down to Seton Catholic at the old Seton Catholic field. I guess it still is the Seton Catholic field when they used to have lights in the stands and stuff. They played on that field, the Brother Raymond Field, and the Chazy boys dominated. They won 6-1 last night. That's Hannah Hayes trying to clear it out, but it's cleared out by Morgan Collins.
Why don't you read those rosters so we get all these kids?
Want to get them all announced here?
Yeah, get them all announced.
Okay, we can do that. All right, so we'll start with what Eagles do you want me to start with? The visiting team?
Alphabetical.
Oh yeah, no, I won't do that. How about the visiting team first?
That's alphabetically. They're first. Yeah.
Okay, Beekmantown. Okay, you're talking about this. Okay. All right, we will do that. I thought you meant each kid.
Oh, no.
I'm going to Calvin. How do you expect me to do that looking at this roster? Okay, so we will look at the keeper is Maggie Chauvin. Number 2 is Reagan Fassett. Number 3 is Liz King. Number 4 is Courtney King. 6 is Olivia Buckley. 7 is Sarah Munson. 8 is Raylene Walk. 11 is Marilyn Kalarish. Number 12, and she's a 7th grader, Kirsten Villamere, I should say. 13 is Beth Simpson, who scored the goal early within a minute here. 14 is Olivia Trudeau. 16 is Victoria Marsh. 17 is Kimberly Kimberlyn Ratliff. 18 is Aaron Downey, and number 20 is Kenna Gwinnett. That is the roster for the Beekmantown Eagles. Now we'll look at the Chazy Eagles. Number 1 is Ariana Hagan. Number 3 is Mara Trombley, one of the captains. Number 4, Morgan Collins. Number 5, Lily Hayes. Number 6, Hannah McCauley. 7 is Caitlin Therian. 8 is Hannah Hayes. She's a captain. Number 9, Kaylee Bell. Number 10, Sarah Bowers. Number 11, Taylor Lauren. Number 13, a captain, Skylar Thomas. Number 14, Ashley Gillespie. Number 18, Kenna Barnes. Number 23, Alex Misek. And the goalie is Cassidy Roberts. So ball working toward midfield. It's Trombley for Chazy trying to battle that ball. And she's battling Courtney King. She pushes it back over to Kaylee Bell. And Kaylee Villamere does play for Beekmantown.
Yes, she does.
And actually, when she lived in the district, her and Mara were very good friends. So the ball is at midfield, and it is Ratliff with the ball. She's pushing up, and they're still very good friends. Obviously, they don't see as much of each other. And the ball is on the foot of Lily Hayes. Hayes trying to get by Facette. She pushes it up into the open space, and it's cleared back into Chazy territory onto the feet of Gwinnett. Gwinnett pushing it to the far side, but stepping up for Chazy was Caitlin Therian knocking it into Beekmantown territory, trying to find Lily Hayes. Hayes is battling for the ball. So the benchmark today, I think, Calvin, for Chazy is they played them earlier and lost 9-1, so they want to see how much they've improved in the last 3 weeks.
You want to lose 8-3 or something instead of 9-1.
Or maybe win.
Or maybe win.
See, I'm seeing it half full now. You saw it half empty.
Yeah. Well, I should mention the Villamares, they're viewer supporters of Hometown Cable, so you don't get a lot of Beekmantown fans that are viewer supporters, so I want to mention the Villamares are.
Yep, and Blair and Kim are great supporters, not only of Hometown Cable, but of youth sports here in the North Country. They were very active when they lived in the Chazy district, very, very active in the Beekmantown district, and they are definitely an asset to any community that they belong to. And on the far side, it is Courtney King winning the battle against Kaylee Bell. King pushing it right to midfield, but good hustle by Kaylee Bell getting to the ball. And nice play by Bell. She sends it up into the open space, but there is number 18, Aaron Downey. Downey with the ball, sends it into Chazy territory. Stepping up is Hannah Hayes. Good job by Hayes. Nice movement, getting the ball over to Kenna Barnes. Barnes has it knocked away, but Hayes sends it into Beekmantown territory, and it's picked up by Lily Hayes, and that's Hannah's sister. Sends it through. Mara Trombley going to the ball, and so isn't Ariana Hagan. But getting there first for Beekmantown is Raylene Walk. She sends it up to the far sideline, picked up by Trombley, knocks it off a Beekmantown defender, throw in for Chazy with 32-14 to go here, 1-0 Beekmantown. So other than that breakdown in the first minute, Calvin, Chazy's doing okay.
Yeah, they're playing halves and not quarters here at the JV level.
Right, yeah. Yeah, the modifies quarters. And, you talked a little bit earlier, I don't know if we said it on camera, maybe it was off camera, but there's a big jamboree going down right now down at the rec park. And I was talking to Willie Giroux yesterday. They have 43 teams down there this weekend, Calvin,
wow.
Today. From all over. From Plattsburgh to Willsboro, from Rouse's Point, Moores, Chazy. And I'm sure I forgot some towns too. Well, Beekmantown, obviously. So it's soccer's quite a thing here in the North Country. And here goes Hayes. Hayes looking to get a shot off. Trombley trying to stay on sides. And taken away here by the Eagles. Stepping up is Therian. Therian does a nice job. And there's Kenna Barnes. And the ball drilled right off Kenna Barnes by a hard kick by Courtney King. But Kaylee Bell pushes it up over to Ariana Hagan. And yeah, I figured Kenna might go down on that. She got hit pretty hard with that ball.
Yeah. Have we mentioned the referees? Can't remember.
No, we haven't. We have Mike Joldwin here to the near sideline here.
Looking one.
No, handsome, dapper, good-looking man over there. Then we have
prematurely gray, I might add. Yeah.
Yes, definitely. He's been prematurely gray for a lot of years. And then we have I guess the king of all officials, if you talk to him, is Randy Lozier.
Yeah. And we won't say he's prematurely gray.
No, he's...
Any gray hair he gets, he plucks out. So.
Now, Randy, that'd be a yellow card on Calvin, not me. I'm being nice. We will say before we went on camera, Lozier came up and he goes, Trombley, I'm giving you a yellow card just for showing up. One bad comment about me in this game, it's a red card.
So you're on delicate ground.
So so I got to be careful what I say. Now, you didn't get the yellow card.
No, I'm safe.
So you can push the issue a little bit.
Yeah, I always send this to his. Anytime he refs, I send it to his Facebook page. So.
Oh, so you know he's going to be watching this.
He's got. Do you believe it? He's got 1,200 friends.
No, there's no way.
I don't know how that happened.
There's no way.
He's got over 1,200 friends.
1,200 friends. Now, how many does he?
Facebook friends.
Are those his close friends, right?
Yeah, they're all close.
Yeah. Jeez. 1,200. He doesn't know 95% of them.
I know, but they're all fans, I think, is what they are.
His fans.
Lozier fans.
He's got his fan page.
Well, no, they're friends, but I think they're fans of his, and they want to become his friend.
Wow, so they're all looking for that little extra.
Yeah, look, I'm a Randy Lozier friend.
Yeah, well, then, so they go, maybe he won't make that call on me if I'm his friend. Okay, so Lozier politics by not making calls to get friends. Okay. All right. So as we dwell deeper into this, Calvin, we figure out what Randy's up to here.
Right.
He'll appreciate this when he watches this. Well, we got a corner kick here for the Eagles. And
corn or kick?
We got corn. Yeah, we got all kinds of corn, and it's going to be a kick in that corner. And I know we say this every season, Calvin, but what a beautiful setup here with the corn around this field. I mean, I think you were saying that when Waterbury's come down for the first time for a red and white game or something like that, they said, where are we going? He told his players, have you ever heard of the Field of Dreams? He goes, that's where you're going. Hey, don't be surprised if players come walking out of the field.
Led by George Brendler.
Led by George Brendler. Mara Trombley pushing it over to Hayes. Hayes trying to get a shot off. But good defense by Chazy. Or Beekmantown, they set up a wall. And push over. Trombley trying to get a shot off. Trombley just goes wide. Nice feed from Skylar Thomas. So good work there by the Eagles. We're at the 28-minute mark. And Calvin, the first 12 minutes, other than that first 45 seconds, they've done fairly well, the Chazy Eagles. So we have Downey taking a kick here for Beekmantown. Goes off the foot of Lily Hayes. Hayes is battling. Actually, Hayes is. Oh, there's a deflection. And Beekmantown dodged the bullet there. And I think Maggie Chauvin's eyes got big on that one as that ball deflected away from her. And we have Hannah McCauley ready to check into the game here for the Eagles, as Morgan Rusi is going to her bench here. And there's Kirsten Villamere, a very, very good player. And actually an exceptional player for a 7th grader. And Calvin, I will go, this isn't much of a prediction, but she will be an all-star when she gets to the high school level.
This is her sister.
Callie is a sophomore, and she was an all-star as a freshman last year. So, and I'll go on record here. It could be this year, but it's just a matter of time for Callie gets the MVP award. And probably an All-State award.
Wow.
And whoa, all kinds of changes going on here.
And gets drafted by the NSL.
10, Sarah Boris, Ashley Gillespie, and Alex Misek into the game. Hayes is off. Bell is off, and Hagen is off. So Sarah Boris just checking into the game. Has it knocked off her by Victoria Marsh. Took the ball right off of number 10, Sarah Boris. And the ball is now kicked into Chazy territory. Running back there hard is Hannah Hayes. Hannah Hayes has exceptional speed back there in the sweeper position for Chazy. She gives the ball up over to Hannah McCauley. McCauley does some nice work there. Nice play by McCauley. And McCauley sends it into Beekmantown territory, and it's picked up by number 1, Kalarish. Kalarish sends it into Chazy territory. It's right at midfield, picked up by Facette. Regan Facette gives it over to Courtney King, and Therian knocks it into Beekmantown territory, but picked up quickly by Facette. Facette giving the ball over to Kirsten Villamere. And it goes kind of Barnes. Barnes trying to split the defense, but it's picked up by Facette. Facette and Barnes battling for the ball. Facette trying to make the turn. Barnes is right there. Jodwin said, play on, you had the advantage. And stepping up defensively is the Beekmantown Eagles, picked up by Trombley. Pushes it back over to Barnes. Barnes trying to get around the defense of number 3, Liz King. And it's cleared into Chazy territory off the shoulder of Morgan Collins and onto the foot of Kenna Gwinnett. Gwinnett being challenged by McCauley. She goes right to the center of the field. Hannah Hayes is there. Hayes does a nice job to midfield, but right there is Regan Facette. But stepping up is Skylar Thomas. Over to Alex Misek trying to find Trombley. Back to Misek, picked up by Gillespie. Gillespie pushing it up. Trombley battling for the ball with number 14, Trudeau. And Trudeau wins that battle, and it goes up to midfield into Chazy territory onto the foot of Beth Simpson. Simpson has the only goal of the game here. And there's a nice play by Villamere. She has good speed. Barnes trying to stay with her. Stepping up is number 20. There's the shot, and wide is Kenna Gwinnett. And it was a deflection, so they're saying a corner kick here.
Why are we standing 60 yards from the ball?
25-17 to go. Beekmantown leading the Chazy JV girls 1-0 here on this. We'll call it a matinee soccer game here on a Saturday at the George Brendler Field.
Victoria, you have to step sideline.
So you have Simpson, and they're going to do a short kick. Simpson and Villamere. Coming out to defend is Barnes, and they'll take the traditional kick just outside the box. And Skylar Thomas knocks it out, but stepping up is number 18, Downey. Downey for Chazy, I guess it by Alex Misek. And they're trying to get it to the 18, cleared out by Collins onto the foot of Marsha Beekmantown. To the near sideline, it goes right to the foot of King. And I think offsides is called by Mr. Lozier. And we say a lot of things about Randy Lozier, but we know he never makes a bad call, Calvin.
If he does, it's on purpose.
Well, it's because somebody didn't become a friend.
No! Right here!
That would be a handball on Kalarish, Mariah.
They were just caught red-handed there, do you know?
They were caught red-handed. I picked right up on that one. Oh, nice kick by Thomas. Oh, here's Boris hustling down, trying to keep it in. Boris sends it across. Oh, Trombley deflects it, cannot get it in. Misek trying to get the shot off, and the goalie Chauvin is there. Now we have some wholesale changes here coming in for the Beekmantown Eagles. We have Munson, Walk, and Ratliff ready to check in here for Beekmantown. And it goes to the near sideline over to Liz King. King being guarded by McAuliffe. King trying to get by McAuliffe. She's working her way to the near sideline here. Coming over is McAuliffe and Hayes. And the ball comes out, and going back there is Hayes. Hayes does a nice job getting away from Gwinnett. And she just knocks it out of bounds. And so here come the subs for Beekmantown.
Normally the JVs don't play on this George Brendler Field. What's the situation? Why the honor today?
Why not? It's open. There's no other games going on. Plus, you want to make sure that the field gets used. You don't want it to wear out and not being used, Calvin.
I see.
Oh, there's a hard shot, and Cassidy there. She was screened on that, but a nice play by Cassidy Roberts goes down low to cradle that ball. Works her way to the 18. And I know Coach Thompson will be happy this game is filmed. I'm sure you sent him a link too.
Oh, yeah, I'll send him a link. Yep.
Yeah, so he's going to be watching this game.
Even before I send it to Randy, I'll send it to him.
Oh, don't let Randy know that. Corey's going to be up at all hours of the night dissecting this film here. I don't know when he sleeps. He dissects films. He goes on EMT calls. Oh, by the way, he teaches a little bit during the day, and
A little bit.
and then he coaches and he tries to fit in a golf match in.
Yeah, and have a home life.
And there's a nice feed, but it goes right to the hands of Chauvin. So we hope Coach Thompson, well, he's playing a scramble, so we don't want to say shoot par because he wouldn't be happy with that. So we hope he shoots 14 under today.
14 under?
58, wow. Yeah.
Wow.
That almost, him and his team. I mean, he's not capable of doing that by himself. Nor either am I. You know, everybody brags how they can shoot 70, 72 in golf. I shoot that every time I play, but I'm only like on the 15th hole, but I'm there.
When you get to 72, you quit and go home.
Oh, yeah, I shot my 72 for the day. See, and actually, I get home quicker than they do. They got to play the whole 18 to do it.
Yeah, right.
I get it done well. As we're convincing here, it's picked up by number 12, Villamere. But nice play by Hannah Hayes, actually. Hayes takes it away from Villamere. And those are two good players battling each other right there. And Collins does a nice job pushing it up over to Sarah Boris. Boris with the ball trying to make the turn. Nice play by Boris, but she's being challenged by Facette. Pushes it up over to Tremblay. Tremblay trying to get the ball away, but it's knocked away from her onto the foot of Gwinnett. Gwinnett gets it up over to Villamere. Villamere has it knocked away by Collins. Villamere trying to get by Collins. Collins staying with her. And McCauley does a nice job chipping it up toward midfield. Misek gets to the ball, sends it back over to Thomas. Thomas trying to find Tremblay, and Gillespie's there. She heads it up over to Tremblay. And Tremblay trying to switch fields, trying to find Boris. And coming over is Gwinnett, and Sarah Boris trying to take the ball away from Gwinnett. It's to the open space, and it is Misek. Misek being battled by Walk. Walk wins that battle. And that's to the open space to the far sideline to Beth Simpson, who has the only goal of the game here. It was 47 seconds into the first half. 1-0 Beekmantown. Woo, here goes some more wholesale changes, Calvin. 1, 5, 9, and 11. Okay, so it's Ariana Hagan, Lily Hayes, Kaylee Bell, Taylor Lauren, and Mariah Kalarish was checking in for Beekmantown.
Number 20 came out, and she looked like she was holding her head Gwinnett.
That would be Gwinnett. And Coach Bennett is just going over to check up on her. So we have just under 20 minutes here left in the first half. The shots favor Beekmantown 4-1, and that would be an illegal throw-in. And Lozier's right on top of that one, Calvin. I mean, not much gets by him. No, he was right there. And Gillespie trying to get to the ball, and it goes onto the foot of Kaylee Bell, but it's tipped away by the Beekmantown defender. Couldn't get her number. Skylar Thomas goes over to Ariana Hagan, and that would have been Walk, who had just checked into the game. And there's a push from behind.
You know, of all the skills you need in playing soccer, the easiest one to master is the throw. You know, and you still, in the course of the game, you always find one or two illegal throws.
Yeah, it was surprising, really. The way these kids start, you expect it at the mini-mite level,
yeah,
but not at the JV level.
Just a lack of concentration.
That's all it is.
Yeah,
they know better. It's just
yeah.
They just lack of concentration. Okay, so it's Morgan here. Morgan Collins over into the open space, and hustling back there is Liz King. And stepping up is McCauley. And King was taken down, thought she should have maybe had a whistle, but it's called white. And Jolden was right there. Tremblay sends it just outside the box, but it's chipped up. Tremblay steps in, trying to switch fields to the far side, trying to find Hagan. And Ariane Hagan back there with Gillespie. And a good job defensively by Walk. But Gillespie's there for Chazy. Over to Hagan. Knocked off. And it's a deflection, and Lozier says Beekmantown ball.
How could they find somebody to be ball girl today? You'd think every kid in Chazy would be at the youth tournament.
Do we have ball people here?
There's a ball girl on the other side. Maybe she's from Beekmantown. I don't know.
Oh, could be, yeah. As you notice, the stands aren't really that full today.
No. I was pleasantly surprised that the game is here at George Brendler Field. It's a nice place to record.
I will say this: I am glad too, because it's. I would assume at ground level it's tough to call a game.
Yeah.
Well, I not assume, I know, because you don't have that height advantage.
Right.
Tremblay working her way to the 18. Tremblay trying to get a shot off. Tremblay has it deflected. Hayes gets a shot off wide. So more good work here by the Chazy Eagles. So Calvin, I can tell you right now, it's night and day this game compared to what we saw 3 weeks ago. But they were just started practicing the stuff, and And that's what's kind of neat when you could do these games as the year progresses. You see all these teams, they get better. The level of soccer gets better. Mara drips the shot. Oh, and right there defensively was Downey. And McCauley, is somebody going to hit it? It goes off McCauley's leg. Lily Hayes has some nice speed. Oh, nice move by Hayes. Splits the defense. Hayes trying to get through there, and they have to double team her, so nice movement by Lily Hayes. She's not giving up. But a good defensive play there by the Eagles. Number 3, Liz King. Or that was number 17. That would have been Ratliff to Liz King. So Hayes. There's Hayes. She has some room, trying to send it across. And it deflects off of Downey onto the hands of Chauvin. And Ariana, the goalie's out, and luckily it went to the foot of the defense walk, because Ariana Hagan could have just drilled that ball. So we have 15:31 to go here in the first half. It's Beekmantown 1, Chazy 0. It's clouding up again, Calvin, but I think it's supposed to clear out of here.
We've kind of been in a blue island here. When I got up this morning, we were surrounded by clouds and blue skies above us, and for the most of the morning, it's been that situation. We've been blue, and the clouds 360 degrees around us.
Yeah. Well, you see the wind pick up here.
Yeah.
It's a northerly. I think it's a northerly wind. And I know today we got our jackets on, Calvin.
Yeah, that's all right.
Oh, I'm okay with that. I love September and October.
Much better than the mosquitoes we had last year.
Yeah. I remember doing a game last year and I'm sweating in the booth. That's not supposed to happen during soccer season.
No, well, we've had, up until today, we've had 80-degree weather
we
the
have.
last couple of days. So.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was saying. Only in the North Country you can be 80-something degrees and it's 58 the next day. So it's McCulley with the ball. Sends it back trying to find Bell. But it's picked up by Facette. So good job defensively beating the town. Oh, McCulley. Well, King got the call that time.
Yeah. With the sun going behind the clouds and the wind picking up, the temperature's dropping out there.
It feels it.
Yeah.
Trombley being challenged by Facette, trying to send it through to Hagan. Hayes trying to get a shot off, but Beekmantown does a good job defensively when Chazy gets the advantage. And a good call there by Chauvin. I guess, Calvin, I can take off my sunglasses. It's not so sunny anymore.
For the time being.
Yeah, I think it'll clear out again. But so Hannah Hayes is back, running hard. It's Beth Simpson with the goal. The only goal of the game, 1-0, 47 seconds into the game, actually. So we have a throw in here for the Eagles, and it is Taylor Lauren taking the throw in here for Chazy. Going down the line, it goes off of Trombley to Hagan. She sends it back, and Taylor, big booming kick, but Downey's there for Beekmantown, heads it down to her own foot, sends it into Chazy territory, headed by Taylor onto the foot of Bell. Bell sends it into the open space. Trombley hustling for the ball, as well as number 7, Munson. Trombley and Munson pushes it back over to Bell. Bell sends it over. Thomas trying to find Trombley, picked up by number 12, Villamere. There's a kick by Bell, and it's on net. Nice shot by Bell, and the save by Chauvin. So pressure by the Chazy Eagles here. And Calvin, I think it's probably safe to say that the Chazy Eagles have dominated the field play here anyway, the first half.
At least for the last 15-20 minutes. Yeah.
And so Coach Thompson, as you're watching this, you'll be very pleased with what you're seeing here from these JV girls, and hopefully they're taken back for what happened last week at Plattsburgh. And it's out of bounds, so we have a throw in here for the Beekmantown Eagles, and Olivia Buckley's in, and Mariah Kalarish is out. And it goes right off of Buckley as she just checked into the game. So McCulley trying to find Thomas. And Buckley hustles right up there, but it's picked up by Hannah Hayes. Hayes gets by one player, but Liz King sends it to the open space. Hustling back is Morgan Collins. Collins pushes it to the near sideline, running to the ball. Hard is McCulley, but she couldn't get there in time. It goes out of bounds, so we have a throw in here for the Beekmantown Eagles.
And then we have a ball girl on this side too, Joey.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
So that's impressive on the day of the Jamboree here in Chazy. On the, I'm sure you can't find a parking space down on the rec park area. Oh, there's a shot and knocked away by Roberts. And there's a shot. Right idea.
Sorry, ladies.
That was loud. Barry and
Very loud whistle.
Boris and Misek. They even pierced my ear up here. So we're approaching the 10-minute mark. It's a 1-0 Eagle lead, and that would be the Beekmantown Eagles, Calvin.
Okay.
I know you're looking for that clarification. And picked up by number 6, Buckley. Skylar Thomas goes to the open field here, but it's quickly picked up by Liz King, trying to find Courtney King. So I'm guessing they might be sisters or related somehow. And the ball is knocked out of bounds by the Chazy Eagles, so it'll be a throw in here for the Beekmantown Eagles, and it's Kimberlyn Ratliff with the throw in. And it goes off of Buckley.
Next whistle, please.
McCulley with the throw-in. Biller knocks it into Chazy territory. It's picked up by King. King takes it off Barnes, who's checked into the game, and it's picked up by Hayes. Hayes will be chased by Buckley. And it goes off of Buckley, so it'll be a throw-in here for Chazy. Throw in by Barnes. And Calvin, were you at the Peru Northeastern game last night?
I was there.
It was, I figured it would be a good game. From what I read in the paper, it was a good game. And I would say that McCarthy had a keeper on hometown cable, that third goal with a diving header.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna
That must
be
have been
white.
quite a sight to see.
Yeah, it was
White never touched
It was an excellent goal. It was a low head too. It wasn't a high head. It was
So he went diving.
yeah. It was a low head. And earlier, Rodney Grimshaw's doing the flip throws, and the first goal, Cougar's first goal, was one that he threw in, and it landed short hop the keeper and rebounded, and somebody put it in. Can't remember right now who put it in, but
Oh, this is dangerous. And Villamere can finish, or actually Beth Simpson again. So she has 2 goals, and you can see that develop, Calvin. And it goes 2-0 Beekmantown at the 8:08 mark here in the first half. So Beekmantown 2, Beth Simpson with both goals here in the first half. You can see that play develop, and nice finish by Simpson. And going back to that Peru game last night, Calvin, I know they played at 4:30, which seemed kind of weird for a Friday night.
Peru has never played a 6:30 game except in the tournament at Northeastern.
Even on a Friday night?
No. They usually play 4:30, 5:30, but they've never cooperated with Northeastern at a night game.
I wonder why. I mean, like, I can understand maybe during the week for if you got
Saranac
school.
Lake was there the night before and played 4:30, 6:30.
Yeah, from Saranac Lake.
Yeah. Peru, to the best of my knowledge, plays night games in Saranac, which is a 17-mile drive once you get off the Northway, and I'd rather drive from that point on the
Right.
Northway north to get to Northeastern than to drive to Saranac.
Right.
So,
So there's something going on there.
yeah, they just have never cooperated with Northeastern, and the AD changes, the coaches change, and it's the same situation. So, don't know.
Like I said, I was a little surprised when I saw the starting time.
Yeah, well, it's fine with me. I get the.
Oh yeah, for you it's great. But I mean, just they have lights there, and especially on a Friday night.
Yeah.
And there's a nice booming kick, but it'll go outside the end line. And Skylar Thomas is checking back into the game.
All winter long, your varsity basketball starts at 6:30, whether you're in Tupper Lake or Ticonderoga or wherever, So really no need for it to be that way, but that's the way they've done it, and they continue to do it.
It is what it is, right?
Yeah. Because for years, Seton was the only field with lights. And 20 years ago, Northeastern got lights.
Right. They were the first two schools,
through the effort of Ron Rivard and a whole bunch of other people, but it was Ron's idea to do it.
And Champlain Telephone Company did a beautiful job for them. Stepped up their Southwick, Dave Southwick.
Oh, yeah.
He was definitely a big supporter of the community as a whole, but for sports.
Yeah. And, we got it done, so... Now then Saranac decided to put in lights, and then the Plattsburgh and Ausable Valley put in lights and the artificial turf, and Chazy's got lights here.
Right.
But 20 years ago, it was only Northeastern and Seton Catholic. And
I mean, when you played at the Seton Field, that was like big time. If you had a night game at Seton.
Right. And like I said, Peru has never done that for whatever reason.
Yes, it's interesting. Maybe somebody will hear this broadcast and will maybe give you a call and explain it sometime. Because we're in depth here on the Hometown Cable, and inquiring minds want to know. So who knows?
I'm sure they'll have an excuse.
Oh, they'll have their reason.
No excuse.
See, now you're seeing it half empty. I'm seeing it half full. Where's Joe when we need him?
Yeah, right.
Where's the fish?
Yeah. Give us the left-wing lunatic.
No, he's neutral. He's you never know where he stands.
He's between Stalin and Lenin.
Oh wow!
Evenly centered.
I mean, you gotta send this to Joe and say, watch through with 4:30 something to go here in this first half. To get to that point. You know, Joey picks and chooses his games.
Oh yeah. Well, he can do that.
Well, he picks on me like I'm like what was it?
As if you would be here if it wasn't for your daughter.
Well, it's just coincidental.
No spin here.
No. It's coincidental that she's here.
Right.
Speaking of my daughter, she's running to the ball right now. But Gillespie got there first. Hagen. And I mean, Chazy's done a lot of good things, and they just haven't been rewarded yet.
Well, they've kept the score down.
So far, well, here Simpson wants a hat trick, I think. When you get two, you can taste it.
I wouldn't know.
Either would I. I've never even come close. We were joking last night. We're at the Seton game, and David Poitras scores. That's Joe's stepson. And I said, well, he shattered my career mark for goals.
Check with Lee Barcombe. I don't know if he was there or not.
I didn't get there till there was about 20 minutes left in the second half. And Thomas goes to the near sideline, out of bounds here. So we have 3 minutes here left. Shots favor Beekmantown 6-3, but the score is 2-0. You think 6-3? It should be like maybe 2-1. I mean,
no, it's white, off red.
Quick throw into Hayes. Trying to find Trombley, but Kirsten's over and knocks it away. And Collins with the ball over to Thomas. And it goes off of Facette. Gillespie and Barnes are there for Chazy. And Lauren sends it up trying to find Hagen. And Lauren does a nice job. And she has that Lauren blood in her for soccer. And it's pushed out to the far side, picked up by Trudeau. And of course, her cousins, Hannah Lauren, who is doing very well for the Chazy varsity, and of course you got Brandon Lauren for the boys varsity.
The last of the Jeff Lauren.
Exactly. He gave us Joel and Ian years ago.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Stephanie wasn't able to play much sports, but
Yeah.
Stephanie's in there too.
Yep, Stephanie played soccer too. Absolutely. And Barnes pushes it back over to Thomas. So Beekmantown will take control. It's Villamere trying to push it to Simpson. She does. So Barnes, or actually Hannah Hayes, does a nice job taking away from Simpson, who already has 2 goals tonight, or today, this morning. Still morning. Game started at 11, so we're still in the morning, Calvin. And we're under a minute here left in the first half. Beekmantown 2, Chazy 0 at this point. Trombley working for the ball down on the far sideline, but Trudeau is there. Hagan trying to find Hayes. Lauren stepping up. And Gillespie's there. Gillespie one times it up over to Hayes. Gillespie with the ball. Pushing it through, trying to find Hayes. Good try. Good thinking on Ashley Gillespie. And 17 seconds to go here. Over to Hayes. Chazy has a chance to try to get a shot off, but it's cleared out here. And Skylar Thomas, they're counting down to 10 seconds. Thomas trying to get that shot off. And the first half will come to an end here in Chazy, and it's the Beekmantown Eagles 2 on 2 Beth Simpson goals, and Chazy 0.
Girls, step up!
Will you tell her to leave the referee alone?
Give her a yellow card. Give her a yellow. Well, we're starting the second half here, and the varsity coach, Coach Karen Sherman Trombley, is in the house. She's here helping with Morgan Rusi, so I'm not sure if she's taking back door to Morgan or...
I had to coach my children this morning.
Oh, she had to coach.
My own children.
As well as you should. Coach Trombley said she was coaching her own children today, Calvin, as well as she should be.
We're teaming up.
Teaming up, and then the varsity girls are doing very, very well. They beat E-Town the other day, 2-0 here. And so Chazy's going to try to turn around here in the second half. They only trailed 2-0, and quite frankly, they probably outplayed Beekmantown the first half, possession-wise. Beekmantown obviously did a better job finishing off. Or I should probably say Beth Simpson did a good job finishing for Beekmantown.
And Simpson 2, Chazy nothing.
Simpson 2, Chazy nothing. It is Atherian over to Skylar Thomas, but there's a bunch of Beekmantown Eagles there. And it's cleared into Chazy territory, and of course, who's coming out there for Beekmantown? Ms. Beth Simpson. But it's cleared off to toward the middle, trying to find Barnes, but it's controlled by King. King gets it up over to Gwinnett, and now here comes Hannah Hayes. Hayes to midfield, goes off of Facette, and it is Kaylee Bell with the ball. Bell has it knocked away by Courtney King.
Morgan, look where she is right now. Get inside of her.
And Calvin, I'll say I finally saw Courtney King up close. I've seen Liz King the first half, but they play opposite fields. They're definitely sisters. I'm guessing twins, actually. So we're at the 38-minute mark here, and it is Courtney King with the throw-in. And it goes off of the face of Kirsten Villamere and knocked out of bounds by Atherian. Hits Buckley. Buckley trying to keep it in. Gets it by Barnes. Barnes hustling down, being guarded by Buckley.
Here she comes over. There you go.
And so throwing for the Beekmantown Eagles. It looks like Courtney King going to take the throwing for Beekmantown. And Skylar Thomas trying to control it over to Bell. And knocked away. She worked its way off of the end line. And it will be a goal kick for Cassidy Roberts at the 37:07 mark.
See the trees blowing in the breeze, but the far end of the field doesn't seem, they're protecting that far end. The flag on this side is a little more pronounced. So part of the field has got the breeze and the other part doesn't.
Yeah. Look over there by over this side, Calvin. The flags aren't moving at all.
Right. On this side of the field, they are.
So we have a swirling. When is that?
No, the trees are keeping the breeze off that end of the field.
Okay. Brownlee trying to open space. The goalie is way out of her position here. And Chauvin comes way out to beat Hagen to the ball. And a good play by the goalie Chauvin, and it's on to the foot of Liz King. And for Chazy, back there is Morgan Collins. And she has it knocked away. Ball stays in play. Barnes is there challenging. And it's King trying to send it across. And Thomas knocks it away, and Kirsten Villimer is a sniper up front if she gets the ball. It's a good job by Thomas keeping it away from Kirsten Villimer.
So Lily, the ball is way over there. Get your butt in the middle of the field, okay? Shift over now.
So we have Cassidy Roberts taking the goal kick here. And it goes on to the foot of Villimer, knocked away. Trombley battling the ball with Facette. Trombley and Facette battling for the ball. Trombley takes it away from Facette, pushing it through for Hagen. Hagen hustling back, but so is Walk for Beekmantown. Hagen and Walk fighting for the ball. Walk wins that battle, sends it up toward midfield, and picking it up is Buckley. Buckley has it knocked away by Lauren. Lauren now goes to the center of the field on to Hayes. Lily Hayes trying to control. Hayes gets it by Downey. Trying to get up to Trombley, but Downey's there. Hayes battling Downey. Hayes and Downey go down, and Lozier's there, says play on. And stepping up is Barnes. And good job by number 2, Facette, and a push on Barnes. So we have 34-44 to go, Calvin, and it's been an entertaining game today.
Yeah.
Ball to the near sideline, Bell, and it's knocked out by Courtney King.
The game I was at last night, at this point in time, there were no scores, and then ended up being 3-2. So.
Yeah, I mean that. Now, were there opportunities in that first half of that Peru Northeastern
there's
game?
always opportunities, but nothing. Nothing where you say, oh, they should have scored. But there are things that could have turned that way quickly.
But 5 goals in one half is a lot of goals in soccer.
Yeah. It seemed like as soon as Northeastern would score, just a hair later, the Peru would score.
Yeah, it seemed like it was back and forth.
Yeah.
But you do have the McCarthy goal on film, right?
Oh yeah.
All right, I got to check that one out. And Beekmantown trying to do something offensively here, and it's knocked away by Taylor Lauren. And now she's battling number 3, Liz King. And it goes off of Lauren, so a throw in here for Beekmantown.
There you go. Now you're still in. Okay?
Goes off of Lauren, so another throw in here for Beekmantown. Nice throw in. And Barnes is there for Chazy just outside the 18. And Barnes pushing it up, trying to find Hayes, but it's number 7 Munson there for Beekmantown. Lauren with the ball, trying to split the defense. Pushes it up over to Trombley. Trombley can't control it, and it's picked up by number 8 Walk, Raylene Walk. And out of bounds, so throw in for Beekmantown. 32:49 to go. The shots favor the Beekmantown Eagles 7-3. Corner kicks are 1 apiece. But where it matters most on the scoreboard, it's Beekmantown 2 on 2 Beth Simpson first half goals and Chazy nothing. And now, Calvin, we got a beautiful sunny day out there.
Yeah, I'm disappointed that the Athletic Association isn't here. I was looking forward to their buffet. I thought they'd have a buffet.
Well, yeah, exactly.
11 o'clock game. They'd have
sure. I mean, you cook eggs on that grill, can't you?
Ham and eggs and sausage.
Sure. You know, I mean, we could do it at the Mickey Fries for a buffet for one day.
For a few sausages, yeah.
But, you know, we talk about Mickey. Guess where Mickey is today?
He's probably at the rec center.
He's at the Jamboree. They bought 300 pounds of
potatoes.
French fries. So there's going to be 300 pounds of Mickey fries in the spectators and players' bellies before the end of today. End of the day today.
They are good fries, but I don't know if you need to have those every day of the week. You know?
Yeah, you don't want to make an everyday diet part of your diet. That's for sure. But they are good.
Yeah.
Like anything else, in moderation.
That's right.
Right? In moderation.
But after you take that first one, it's hard to remember the moderation part.
Oh, no, you kill the whole thing. There's no doubt about that. Mara, get it. Oh, Trombley gets a shot and it's deflected.
I think I heard you cheering there.
No, it's pure professionalism up here. Calling it as I see it.
Oh, that must have been her father that
her father must have said something.
Yeah.
I'm bipolar up here, Calvin. There's the father and the announcer part of me. It was just pure instinct. I didn't even notice it. But you're the camera guy. Oh, there's a nice shot by Hayes. Went wide. Lauren trying to keep it in, but it'll be a goal kick here for Beekmantown. So we have 11, 14, and 16. Kalarish, Trudeau, and Marsh checking into the game here for the Beekmantown Eagles. Ratliff is coming off, as well as Munson and number 8, Wack, is coming off. So we're approaching the 30-minute mark here in Downey with a kick here for Beekmantown and Barnes. But I tell you, Calvin, from what I've seen here, oh, look at this, an opportunity for the Eagles. Oh, what a shot, what a save by Chauvin. Lily Hayes ripping it, and Chauvin coming up big time. But a much different game than it was 3 weeks ago, Calvin. Much, much different. And I'm sure that will make Coach Thompson very, very proud. I'm hoping he's about 3 under right now as we record this game.
Well, if he's putting the tournament on, he doesn't want to win it. He just,
No, he doesn't want to do that. If he does, he'll take it, I'm sure. Well, it's like Tiger winning his own tournament when he has his tournaments in golf. And we have a throw-in far sideline here for the Chazy Eagles, and Lozier wants to work on his math skills. He's counting, using his fingers.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I count 10 white shirts. 2,
I count 10.
4, 6, 8, 10, 11. No,
2,
11.
4, 6, 11. 8. There is 11.
11 white shirts out there.
Oh, no.
We got two volunteers.
Total confusion on the Chazy end here. And Lozier was on his game right there.
Well, they usually count the bodies on and the bodies off. So.
Right. So something didn't add up.
Yeah. I think it was NAC, boys at NAC this week used the old pennies to substitute, like the colleges do.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You went in and gave the guy a penny, and he carried it out. So
nice.
Wasn't hollering to somebody to come out. And
She's back in the game.
Yeah, that was just brief.
I guess the wrong person came off. They want Taylor Loring off, it looks like. So Gillespie's getting a workout here.
Yeah.
Running back and forth.
It's coming in and out. I think I'd take her out next whistle and then put her back in again just to,
Yeah. Have her get a good workout.
just to mess with her. Just
Yeah, have a good workout. Well, there's Laura. A nice play by McCulley, taking it to the outside. And it goes off of number 4, Courtney King. So throw in here for Chazy.
Speaking of subs like that, I think it was the Saranac Lake JV girls at Northeastern this week. They were trailing, and almost every time there was a whistle, they'd put in 1 or 2 players. So it's using up that clock. You're trailing.
Right.
You don't want to use the clock. And
they're probably on the far side of the field where they're subbing.
Yeah, so 1 player, 2 players, it just,
Right. Well, Villamere, if she gets a shot off, is dangerous. But a good job by Hayes playing defense. And it goes wide, so we have a goal kick. And Raylene Walk is back into the game.
She's walking back in.
She's walking back in. Coming off is number 14, Trudeau, Olivia Trudeau. Thomas getting it up over to McCulley. McCulley being challenged by King, and that's Courtney King. And it is Thomas with some space. And it's Thomas with the ball. Sends it through, trying to find Trombley. Trombley battling for the ball. Trombley takes it off of the Beekmantown defender, which would have been Marsh. And it goes off of Trombley, so it'll be a throw-in. Well, you got Calvin on this bright day. There is a lot of real estate out there, isn't there?
Yeah. Nice big field.
It is a huge field. I like this part of the game where we're up here talking about it. Let them run around out there. So it goes on to the foot of Downey. And that should be a handball, and there's no handball.
It's like when I cover the cross country and the kids are warming up. They're running and running and running and
That's
running.
a warm-up.
Yeah, dude. Enough.
You guys are turning me out.
Yeah.
Well, there's one good thing about having me here and not Joe, Calvin. At least you get part of the game. You get into the conversation.
He's intense.
Joe has Mike-itis. Oh, there's an opportunity. Oh, nice try by Sarah. Wow, Sarah Boris almost pulled one off there.
Nice tumble too.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Give her at least a 7.
Oh, at least, yeah. Even 7.5. Yeah, people watching this will be wondering, where is the fish?
Yeah.
Where is the fish? I don't have an answer for him. I don't know where the fish is
Well,
today.
you don't want too much fish in your diet. So then it gets routine. You want to, keep them for special occasions, special games.
I mean, omega-3s are good, but, you gotta... Yeah.
That's us.
No, because when the fish is on, it's a treat for people.
Oh, definitely. That's just it.
Yeah, it's a treat.
If you saw them all the time, you get used to them and say,
Yeah.
okay, it's fish again. But now it's, wow,
The fish is on. The
Yeah.
fish is on.
Yeah.
And that just keeps the viewership right up there.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, the advertisers know when the fish is on, they want to be advertised on that show.
Oh, I charge extra.
Well, I'm sure you get calls all the time. Oh, when's Joe on? We want to advertise it.
Yeah, I charge extra. It's an extra 50%.
Yeah, well, that's the way it works in big time TV. We know the fish is the. It's not the game. It's the fish.
That's right.
Fish is the draw. Lozier's been calling an incredible game today here for Chazy. One of the best games I've seen Randy Lozier call all year. I think he gave us thumbs up, Calvin.
His head started to swell. You better back off there.
I just wanted you to know I wasn't wearing my sunglasses till Lozier came on this side, and I threw them on. So the Eagles, it's Gillespie for Chazy, has Trombley and Boris in front of her, as well as a few Beekmantown players. And nice job defensively from behind was Walk. Came up behind Gillespie. So throw in for Chazy with 22 minutes to go here. Goes over Trombley. Trombley trying to get through. Trombley inside. Trombley rips a shot. Oh, what a save by Chauvin. So Chazy has had a couple glorious opportunities here in the second half, but the difference has been Maggie Chauvin for Beekmantown coming up big. And the ball goes out of bounds, so a throw in here for Chazy. Off the head of Villamere. And it's Thomas. Thomas making a nice move, stepping up his Walk. Walk's been doing a good job defensively today for Beekmantown. Ashley Gillespie with the ball, but Walk is there, being challenged by Thomas. Off of Gillespie, so it'll be a throw in here for the Beekmantown Eagles. And Ratliff is checking into the game. And coming out, it looks to be Victoria Marsh coming out of the game for Beekmantown. Shots are 7-5 favoring Beekmantown. So Maggie Chauvin's been the difference in the second half here for Beekmantown in net.
Yes. It's been a nice all-around game.
Trombley getting another shot off, and it goes wide right. So they're getting their opportunities here. And it looks like Downey will take the kick here for the Beekmantown Eagles. Thomas and Trombley there. Thomas with the ball, sent up trying to find Boris. And McCauley rips a shot off the end line, so goal kick for Beekmantown. Some wholesale changes coming up here. We have Lauren, we have Hayes, we have Hagan, and we have Kaylee Bell. So goal kick here for the Beekmantown Eagles. It's Downey. Short kick. Bell knocks it up, trying to find Hayes. And the corner kick. Chauvin thought it was off one of the Chazy players, and she let it go by her. Not real happy with that. So you got Skylar Thomas going out there. Trombley going out, faking, or at least make them think it's going to be a short kick here. Thomas wasted no time. And it'll be another corner kick for Chazy. Thomas sending it in. And there's a scramble, and it's cleared out by Downey. Good job by Downey defensively. The Chazy Eagles have put some relentless pressure here on in the second half with some wonderful opportunities. But Maggie Chauvin's come up big for the Beekmantown in net. So it's been a very entertaining game here on this Saturday, the 15th of September. I am Joey Trombley. On the camera is Calvin Castine himself, the founding father of Hometown Cable. And while I'm thinking of it, Calvin is supported by viewer donors, donorship, and business donors. And if you're enjoying this game, and I call this Let's Preserve Hometown Memories, because they truly are memories for future years for everybody that watches this stuff. And if you support Hometown Cable and you haven't given in a while, please do. If you've never supported Hometown Cable and like this type of programming, please send a donation to Hometown Cable, 1477 Ridge Road, Champlain, New York, 12919. And Calvin's very good about posting these games on the internet, basically the same day, and that's at the HometownCableNetwork.com, and you can definitely make a donation there through his PayPal account. And Calvin's very appreciative for any donation. This is how he makes his livelihood. He's not supported by the state or federal funds at all. It is purely local, supported by local people. And if you're a business, I can tell you right now, the advertising is great. He has super rates. It's a great way to get your message out there as a business owner, and you won't be disappointed at all. And you can call Calvin at 298-4663. And that's the Hometown Cable number if you want to talk to Calvin about advertising or basically anything that has to do with Hometown Cable. Give him a call. Trombley pushes it back. Hagan. Oh, what a save by Chauvin. They score! And what effort by the Eagles. And I'm not sure who got it. It might have been Lauren who got that goal. I think it was. I think it was 11 was Taylor Lauren got the goal, but it started out with Trombley pushing it back to Hagan. Hagan chipped it up. Another great save by Maggie Chauvin to knock it down, but Lauren was there to finish it. So it's 2-1 with 16:35 to go, and what a great game it's been here today, Calvin, for a JV game.
A lot of time left, so a lot more can happen.
Absolutely. It's good effort, and all that hard work for the Chazy Eagles has paid off. So Chazy trailing 2-1. Trombley with the ball, pushing it up. And I know Coach Thompson will be very happy after losing to him 9-1 the first time with what he's seeing here. And I'm guessing that's not the noon whistle, Calvin.
No.
And on the far sideline, it's Villamere trying to clear it out. Lauren, who has the goal, just runs over there, and it goes off of Red. She takes it off of Walk. So Lauren getting the ball in, trying to find Hayes with 15:49 to go here. And stepping up is number 4, Collins, goes off of her. So throw in here for Beekmantown. And here come the Beekmantown Eagles, and defensively Hannah Hayes is up there. Now it's Morgan Collins, and there's the step by Villamere. Villamere's got some good speed. And nice save by Cassidy Roberts on a nice shot by Kirsten Villamere. So good effort by both teams. Great shot by Villamere, great save by Cassidy Roberts. And a punt by Roberts goes over the head of Skylar Thomas. Calvin, we can't really see anything over there, but the whistles are blowing. So something's going down. What's that?
Too many leaves in the trees right now.
Yeah.
Not that I'm complaining.
No. So Kaylee Bell battling the ball with Ratliff. Ratliff gets it up over to Simpson. And off her line is Cassidy Roberts, and she gets the ball. So 14:29 to go here. And Lily Hayes trying to get to the ball, and it's Hayes battling, picked up by Thomas. And he calls a trip on Thomas. Thomas is going, what did I do wrong? Quick kick coming off her line. Roberts has to come off her line there. She does. And Thomas trying to get it by Walk. Walk chips it back up. Barnes pushing it up, trying to find Kaylee Bell. And Therian sends it up to midfield. Lily Hayes trying to get to it. And 13:29 to go.
Unintentional, wasn't it? Unintentional? No advantage?
Outside the body, coach.
Win it! Win it!
There's a lot of sirens.
There are a lot of sirens. That's usually not a good thing.
No.
Go! Come on! Come on! Come on! That's it, Taylor! Oh.
I don't know if that's fire or state.
Back pass, go back pass, come on! Come on, Taylor, push him up, come on!
Looks like an ambulance.
Something went through earlier.
Yeah. Usually when they would blow like that, Calvin, usually it's kind of a bad accident, normally.
Go, Bethany!
And here comes Villamere into the open space. Simpson, who has 2 goals already, running back hard is Therian. Good job by Therian.
Still not.
And it is Skylar Thomas.
Taylor, quicker decision, Dad!
Ball at midfield. Lauren with one of the goals. Usually you don't hear that, Calvin, usually in the city atmosphere. And Beekmantown scores again. It was Villamere.
Uh-oh. Blair's gonna
Oh, you missed that one, Calvin?
refund.
Trying to get the
Trying to get the ambulance.
ambulance, and Kirsten Villamere goes down and scores.
Uh-oh.
Calvin, you're going to hear it.
I'm going to hear it. My apologies to all the Villamers out there. We were distracted by the various serious things going on outside of here with the fire. Was that a fire truck, that last
That was
one?
a fire truck, yeah.
Okay.
So it is 3-1 Beekmantown, but it's been a very entertaining game, a very strong showing by the Chazy Eagles against their counterparts 6 miles south of them here in Beekmantown.
I'm going to isolate the Villamere from the next 30 seconds here. Then Chazy will score.
Couldn't get the shot off.
I'll do Villamere cam there. Here she is, not scoring.
There's Kirsten on the far sideline. That's the classic case of the rubbernecker getting burnt, Calvin.
Yeah, that's the thing about soccer. You can have 80 minutes of nothing and then 10 seconds and that's it. You know, that's the thing about soccer.
Well, it's 3-1 Beekmantown on a well-played game by both teams.
Maybe she can score again. Do another one. Do you mind if she scores another one?
It really doesn't matter.
If they let Mara score, can Villamere score one too?
It really doesn't matter. It's all these girls are doing is are getting themselves ready for varsity and getting some good time in. Calvin, I hear another whistle. Do not even go over that way.
It just seems to take forever for that siren to go by here.
Oh, I know. And there's Courtney King.
Sounds like a truck, fire truck.
Yeah. Keep the camera on the game, Calvin.
I'll go up the game.
Don't you leave the game. Well, I'm sure we'll hear about it at some point. So White throw-in.
We're down to under 10 now, or are we?
We are at 9 minutes, Calvin.
Look at that Villamere kid go. Look
Oh
at
my
that.
God. It's the Kirsten Villamere show. See, hopefully that made up for not getting the goal. And and Mom and Dad are thinking, oh boy, Calvin's taping this game too.
We got it on.
Yeah.
We got it on tape.
Well, the sad part, they're going to watch 60 minutes of soccer, 80 minutes of soccer, and see that it's not there.
I don't want to be a little fly on the wall when they discover that knucklehead.
Yeah. Well, I opened the door.
That's true. It's your fault.
So I'll take responsibility. I'll take responsibility.
I expected that. The way the siren was blasting, I thought it would go by a little bit quicker than it did.
Yeah, well, it's a good play by Alex Misek.
Kimberly,
And
behind you.
Lozier delayed call says that's a foul, a trip. So 7:55 to go. And the shots on that are 9-7 Beekmantown, so it's been a pretty evenly played game. And Thomas has a booming
Aaron,
kick
what are
here.
you
She
doing?
could make some
Aaron!
damage here. Trombley, oh! It deflects off of Trombley just wide of the net. Oh, I think it got on. I think what's her name? Maggie Chauvin got her hand on it. She's holding her hand. Trombley comes close again. So the Chazy Eagles have had their chances today, Calvin. And here comes Simpson, trying to find Villamere, or actually Buckley. Buckley's on Hannah Hayes. Buckley and Hayes, two fast young ladies here. Oh, nice play by Buckley. And we got to watch out for Simpson, who has two of the goals. And Lauren does a nice job. And has it knocked away by number 12, Villamere. And there's Villamere. Simpson to Villamere. Oh, well, here you are, Calvin. You might get your wish. Oh, Villamere hits the goal. At least we got that.
Yeah, got that.
We got that. So we have 6:24 to go here.
See, the goal she scored was just like that, except it went in.
Yeah, it was almost identical, but it went on the inside post. So if you can picture that shot, Blair and Kim.
Yeah, that was that
The other one went in.
Yeah.
I think you made up for it now.
So
So did you say they were former donors of Hometown Cable?
Yes.
And Ashley Gillespie. Push it up.
Blair was
Trombley. So Trombley. Trombley's got the step. Trombley, goes wide. So Mara Trombley's had half a dozen chances here today, Calvin, and has come close. Boy, she'd love to have those opportunities back. Yeah, this game could have, well, Beekmantown's up 3-1, but could easily go either way. Well, Coach Thompson, when you watch this, you can be very proud of these girls because it is a much different team than you had 3 weeks ago on this field, the same team. With 5:02 to go, actually it's just under 5 minutes here. So what fans did show up, they were treated to a very good game today, Calvin.
Yeah, got their money's worth.
But here's a good thing. Blair and Kim saw it live, though. Right?
I hope so.
Yeah.
Over there.
I would think so. I would think they are.
Blair was the goalie when I started covering Chazy on a regular basis here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Back in the 80s there?
Yeah. And Kim also a star here at Chazy.
The Blair was one of the better goalies through the years that came through the ranks.
Yeah. asked George Brendler about having him in the goal, because once in a while you like to get a few goal lead and you let him get out there and start kicking the ball. He says, well, ideally you want your goalie to be your best athlete out there.
Yeah. And he always did that. But over the years, and of course soccer's come a long way since the 80s, the goalies go to goalie school now. They work with them before practices. And back in the day, you took your best athlete and you threw him in net. So if you get a good athlete and then actually learns the skill of being a goalie, it's a very dangerous combination for the opponents.
Yeah, of course the starting goalie was the best athlete. The backup goalies, how would you describe them being a former backup goalie?
Not that good. So you had to throw that in there, right? Yeah. Actually, I think what it came to, now I could be wrong, and Rick Frisbee would have to give you the, because he's the one that made the final decision. But I think he was pleased with what he saw, but I was a senior and Delavan was a sophomore, and he wanted to go with somebody to have for 3 years.
Okay.
At least that's what he told me.
There you go. I believe it.
But
It worked for you at the time, right?
yeah, well, I mean, the reality is, oh, there's a nice nice shot by Hayes. The Eagles have had wonderful, wonderful opportunities here today, Calvin, and I'll tell you, if it wasn't for Chauvin, the Chazy Eagles could be winning this game.
Yeah. That's made some nice stops.
I mean, quite frankly, I'd be giving Chauvin, if you're looking for the Beekmantown, I'd give Chauvin the MVP.
I'd have to go with Villamere.
Oh yeah, you should definitely go with Villamere. I mean, probably the first time in the history of hometown cable that Calvin snuffed the goal scorer from some good patrons of hometown cable. I'm sure Kim and Blair will chuckle at this when they watch this. Well, not when they see the goal didn't score. Not initially. No, they'll get over it. But,
10 years from now.
Now, where it might be if Kim's here and Blair had to work overtime this week. Well, we can do it. I can do a play-by-play visual. I can kind of say what happened. I mean, they kept saying, Calvin, the game.
Yeah, well, keep looking at the guy with the camera across the field. It's hard to tell from this distance if that's Blair or not.
Oh, there's another goal. Is that Villamere?
No.
Oh, that looks like King, one of the King girls. Yep, it's Liz King. You know, Calvin, there's a minute 5 to go. It's 4-1, but the score doesn't reflect the game at all. I mean, good finishes by Beekman. Don't get me wrong. Beekmantown has earned every goal they have. But
3 from 4. How do you like that?
Ooh.
Liz from Courtney.
Well, that's nice.
And here comes some more sirens, Joey.
I know. Stay on the game. 1 minute left, Calvin. Keep it on the game.
This is something serious.
Oh, no, there is something serious going on there.
Go, Willie, get a shot! They're shielding!
Set it up, Red!
Quickly! Skylar, come on!
They want Skylar to bang it in. Oh, the ball.
Red, push up! Who's marking outside?
Skylar, ask for 10!
Yeah, let me go back over there. Thomas with the shot. It's wide. So we're 20 seconds here left. And Beekmantown will take their time. They got well, they were under 10 seconds to go here.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And this game is officially in the books. Another ambulance. Beekmantown 4, Chazy 1. And a very exciting game today. Beekmantown wins this game 4-1, but it could have went either way. It was the All-Star would be Maggie Chauvin, who made some incredible saves out in that game. And I know, Coach Thompson, you'll be very happy with these girls after you watch this game. And it is the 15th of September 2012. I'm Joey Trombley, Calvin Castine on the camera. The officials were Randy Lozier and Mike Jodwin, and the Beekmantown Eagles. It was a battle of the Eagles. Beekmantown beats Chazy 4-1. And as Calvin likes to say, that's the way it was in beautiful down.